Columns of light. I've taken many trips around the coast to capture this particular environment around Vancouver Island. I wanted the show, because it's in Vancouver Island in Victoria, to be this area where people can identify and recognize the land. So when someone sees a painting, they can remember their experiences and what they saw when they were there, and hopefully they can relate to a moment that I've captured in the painting I've created. So my idea of the paintings are more to give the viewer the opportunity to enjoy the coastline that I enjoy when I'm out there painting. So in the last couple of years, I've actually changed my approach. I take my paints in a carry bag right down to the beach and set up and do little plein air sketches. And they're not intended to be images, they're intended to be ideas and to capture the light. It's very difficult with the camera or with visual memories to recreate the feel of the landscape when you're back in the studio. So with the little sketches, I'm experiencing a lot more clarity in the way the light penetrates through the clouds. And columns of light is actually how the sun deflects through clouds when it's breaking after bad weather. So when the weather patterns are changing and the sun is coming out, there's hope. And there's a real beauty in the landscape and how it hits the mountains and the water. And so I've tried to capture that in these pieces. And I've also kind of progressed through the sky into the water and how the water sparkles with the lights. So my water is a little bit different from my earlier pieces now, just because I've been developing layers and kind of carrying it through transition into the water and into the foreground, so that more of the pieces aren't from afar. You're actually closer to the work now, looking in. So this piece here, which is a moment you can't record, I went to Long Beach, and all I wanted was to see a sunset, which can be quite rare because it's foggy and rainy there, I think 300 days of the year. So we got there, it was dusk, and ran to the beach, and I got 5 minutes of it, which was just incredibly intense. And you can't photograph it. It turns out the land is black, the sky is beautiful colors, but there's no detail in the land, and if you try and get detail in the land, then the sky is burnt out, it's overexposed. So the only way you can remember it is through memory, and the intense richness of the colors and the vibrancy, and the feel you get when you're sitting there in it is just astounding. And that's what I was referencing when I painted this. So it's got points in the color, like there's right in here, there's a real like intense orange that doesn't actually exist in nature, but you have to kind of over amplify certain points in the landscapes to make them translate visually into what you're trying to record in an image. That's what I've been trying to do. So right in here, it's almost pylon orange, you know, when you're driving along the road and there's those big warning pylons. It's such a unnatural color, but when you're sitting in the landscape, it actually is true. Like, there actually are colors like that out there. You just can't get them in a photo. And you can try and remember them, but after the experience is gone, recalling it sometimes can be a little muted. So that is a challenge that I continually try to do in my work. And this one here, which remembering beauty, is more about the viewer going along the coastline and identifying with particular parts, and remembering when they were there what they saw. So I'm giving, hopefully, what I'm trying to do is give them an opportunity to see a moment in the landscape that they really communicated with. Sometimes when I'm out there, it's just a connectedness to nature and to the coast. And it kind of transports you out of your everyday life and makes things more grounded. I guess it's my way of staying sane.